Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Rewatch. We're covering a two-parter. We're kind of splitting it up, so you'll see, like, we're basically recording this at the same time. So if things seem a little samey for the next 2 weeks, it's literally because we recorded these like one after the other. So don't go in the comments and be like, "Why don't you change your shirt for a week?" You know.
That's why. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Just wanted to have some fun with that. So we're covering the two-parter, the Serpents Pass and the Drill, which they do lead into each other, like, and but they are very thematically different. And
fun fact, on Netflix they play them as one episode.
On the version that I have, which is not on Netflix, pretty much, it also plays it as one episode. So yeah, so it's kind of a little of a weird week we got for us. So Jared, did you see the person who returned?
It's all a bunch of cabbage, dude. It's all a bunch of cabbage.
No, did you see the other person that returned?
The girl in the makeup?
Yes. Did you see the other person that returned?
I'm like, I thought I got this. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I found this person. And then he's like, no.
I mean, you're partially right. I give you partial credit, but like, there's a couple other people that have returned. They're returning this episode.
The Bad Batch people?
Yes. But there's one more set of people.
God damn. Nick, just give me the damn answer.
Jared, I just have no hope for you whatsoever.
I have a lot of stuff I'm juggling right now. So.
The pregnant lady.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Remember? Yeah. Don't you remember when we covered Zuko alone? But like, literally, I told you in the Zuko alone episode, he passes by a man and a pregnant lady, and I told you, like, keep an eye on them. They will return. Do you remember me saying that?
Yes, I do. I do. Now I do.
So what did you think, like, seeing Suki again?
That was cool. I liked her and how she played off of Sokka. The way she called him sleeveless, I was like, I like that. That's cool.
Also, she's down bad.
Yeah, I dug that. And this whole episode I thought was pretty cool. I also liked that several people were trying to impersonate being an avatar in order to get in, and like everyone's like cosplaying as him.
Yeah, like honestly, like that moment kind of reminds me of the story of. Did you know that Dolly Parton once entered a Dolly Parton lookalike contest and lost?
Oh, wow.
That actually happened.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That was hilarious. Now, I will say, this is going to be I'm going to give you a preview for part 2 of I thought I had in part 2. It's real quick. It popped in my mind. I have one problem with part 2. It's a little bit of an inconsistency. I'll explain it later.
Yeah, and then so what do you kind of think of like relationship conflict between like Sokka and like Suki and whatnot? Or well, it's more on Sokka's part. Like, what do you kind of think about that? Like,
because this episode basically brought in more of the Sokka's not the idiot we all think he is. He's this is one of those episodes that sort of expands his character, which I like because I think he gets the reputation of being the idiot misogynist.
Yeah, this is definitely the episode where they really start to I mean, we've seen shades of it, but I think this is the episode they really start to lean into Sokka being like the strategist, the leader, and whatnot. Like, we've seen it foreshadowing. But speaking of foreshadowing, there's something in when we do episode 2 that like I'm going to be pointing it out, but probably my favorite shot is when they're at night and Suki's talking and like they try and go in for the kiss. And did you notice what was in between them?
What was?
The moon.
Oh yeah.
And do you know who became Yui became the moon?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's one of those like filmic like framing like literally Yui's between them.
Oh yeah, that was in the movie.
that sums up my feelings.
Real quick, in Ahsoka, they played a trailer where it's Hayden Christensen talking to Ahsoka, but it's taking place during the Clone Wars, so we will see him in the Clone Wars outfit, which I'm so excited for. But anyway, back to this.
Wait, Hayden Christensen is wearing the Clone Wars outfit?
They don't show in the trailer yet, but they do have dialogue. He recorded new dialogue, He did new dialogue. At least they played it for the trailer.
But we could have saw Hayden in the Clone Wars outfit.
He's probably going to be in that. Likely what's going to happen is it's going to have
I want to see Ewan McGregor in his Clone Wars outfit.
No, likely what's going to happen, and I believe this was confirmed by Filoni a long time ago, like last year, that they will do flashbacks in the Clone Wars thing with like Hayden, Ewan, and Tamara Morrison as Captain Rex.
Just like the simulation.
You may have to watch this show just to see those actors.
Still not interested in watching it, but I will admit that is cool.
Yeah, you'll catch them on YouTube. I guarantee you someone will make a cut of that on YouTube. It'd be better if they even bring in Clone Wars music.
A good soldier follows orders.
Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders. Okay, back to this. I just had to bring that up because that clip reminded me of it.
All right, tangents are always good. But yeah, I just love like the shot. Like it's a great shot, and it just, I don't know. Also there's another moment that like I have to bring up is when Toph falls into the water.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Oh, Sokka, you saved me. Actually, it's Suki.
I love that scene.
Like you do realize that's a lesbian kiss.
Yeah, they're making jokes about her being blind, but they're doing it in funny ways, in like appropriate ways.
Oh, part 2. Yeah,
part 2. Yeah, exactly.
But what did you think about like this is them kind of like tippy-toeing on LGBTQ stuff? Like, I thought that was kind of interesting.
I mean, not really, because
I guess you could say
Sokka.
Toph kissed a girl,
but she thought it was Sokka, like it? So it doesn't really count.
Like that might be the title, is Toph kissed a girl, and in the thing it's like, did she like it?
Okay, but I'm just saying, but she didn't. She thought it was Sokka.
It just makes for really it
makes for good content, that's for sure.
Like just Toph kissed the girl, and then like on the thumbnail it says
that's clickbaity as hell, dude.
And I use the thumbnail of her kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also
makes me think that maybe Toph has a crush on Sokka. This may be a Super Wonder situation.
Oh, trust me. Well, here's the thing. And this is a bit of a tangent. You know how like we had that pretend fight of like Wonder Bat versus Super Wonder?
Yeah.
Also, I love that. I just put that in past tense. That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
But there is kind of a similar shipping war between Zutara, which is Zuko and Katara, and Katang, which is Katara and Aang.
I haven't seen enough of Katara and Zuko to like you'll weigh in on that.
It'll come forward a little bit more. Like it's mostly like end of this season and then like second half of the next season.
Good. So I'll make my determination on which one I think is the correct ship.
I mean, you're probably gonna say Katang, because Katang is basically the Super Wonder.
That's a horrible name for a ship. Jeez, Katang.
Do you want some Katang?
Yeah, who's naming these ships?
I don't know. I don't know. Basically, like, okay, I'm not gonna like comment. Like, I'm not gonna say anything bad about the Zutara shippers because
I would just call it Aang
people
Tara.
be cray.
Just call it Aang Tara.
Ham unite. Sorry.
Whatever. I'm just saying that's better than Katang.
Sorry, like the way you said it almost sounded like Hamtaro. Like the
yes,
anime.
I know. Yes, I used to watch that show on Cartoon Network.
I did too. Ham unite.
That and Code Lyoko were my jam, dude. Those are some good times.
Yeah, like I could just see us like doing a thing where like we do an anime review on Jay Heat's channel and watch Hamtaro, like a few episodes of Hamtaro, where it's like he's never seen this. It's like,
oh, so wait, yes, that's right. I have watched that. So I did grow up watching anime, kind of, because I did that. I did Code Lyoko. Technically, Transformers Armada counts as an anime. Like, wow. I was really anime.
Oh my god. And you guys thought I was cringe.
I just realized this.
Guys, I am no longer the cringiest person on this show.
Oh, don't worry. He'll make another pun and then he'll become the cringiest person on the show.
I certainly will.
Yeah, you will. And then this will be me to the audience.
You didn't see that coming?
Spoiler alert. Saw it coming.
They should see that coming. But I liked a lot of this episode because it's a lot more of a character development driven episode. And
yeah, it's definitely more of a character, like, and there's multiple things going. Like, I'd say this is a Aang and Sokka episode. Like,
yeah,
I feel like the character beats are this is mostly Aang and Sokka's episode.
yes,
like, yeah, you have the Zuko stuff, but like Zuko is more just like moving his overall story forward instead of his character forward.
Yeah, and I definitely like the Sokka and Suki relationship, the way they played off in this episode. So I'll give you with that. I like that.
Yeah, they certainly, like, honestly, like, I gotta say, like, they certainly are a good match. And as the show goes on, and by the way, you will see Suki again. In fact, a little bit of spoiler alert, towards the end of the show, she becomes another member of the gang.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some really good Suki content coming, so I'm just letting you know. But yeah, like what did you think? Like, I really liked, like, I feel like Aang's emotional response to the Appa stuff was like really realistic. Like, he got out his raw emotions, and now he's just kind of like holding it in. Like, how many times have you like seen someone who is obviously not fine, and you say, "Hey, are you okay?" He's like, "I'm fine." You know?
Or it's like he's gotten it out of his he's gotten the meltdown part out of his system, and now he can like think more straight and deal with it. That's the way I took it.
The way I would put it is there's always kind of the point where it's like when something traumatic happens, you have your emotional blowout, but there's kind of like a void that happens after. Like, you get so much emotions out, you're kind of emotionally numb for like a period of time, and
yeah,
that's kind of where Aang is right now. Like he's very, like, obviously he's focused on mission, but like it's hard for him to feel, and like I like how it takes the birth of a baby to really give him hope again, and like calling the baby Hope was a bit on the nose. But
I love Sokka's thing about where she's like, "I helped deliver babies in the North Pole. That was a baby seal. This wasn't a baby person." That was great. I love Sokka in this episode so much.
yeah. Like, I got a comment on this. Like, do you remember watching? Like, I remember thinking it was like an honest trailer or like some portion of like the episode of the Unagi where it's like, and Sokka literally gets misogyny beaten out of him. It's like that's kind of an accurate assessment of that situation. So like, I'll let it slide. But it's just so funny because like, it really just goes to show that like Sokka was like the fact that like Sokka didn't change that much, and then Suki was like really attracted to. All it took was for him to respect women, and then like, oh my, like,
yeah, who knows that will serve him
it's like
well.
You treat women like people, they tend to want to like you. Who knew?
Who would have thought?
Oh dear God. Yeah, it's just funny. Like I'm sorry, just like one of my favorite lines from Avatar is like, "I am a warrior, but I'm also a girl." Like it's a little bit. I like it.
That I cringed a little bit at that line because it reminded me of that Lord of the Rings thing. No man can beat me. I am no man.
I actually really like that moment. So don't you dare. But like, hey, let's wrap this up. Jared, what would you give this episode?
9.5 out of 10.
I would give it the same a mark. And so this has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones that walk through it.